What's good? What's good? I almost missed a good pun or wordplay opportunity. The original title of this video was going to be Charlemagne the Propagandist. But then as I was, thinking about, what to talk about, I realized Charlemagne the Fraud is so good. It is so perfect. Because, his stage name is Charlemagne the God, which does he even make good music? I'm not super hip on like all of the artists, but I keep up somewhat. Like shout out Samson. Samson's a rapper. Check him out. Anyways, okay. So Charlemagne the Fraud is a podcaster, a musician, a radio host. Is it the Breakfast Club, I do believe is the name of his podcast. He has, for the last 4 years plus, been simping, S-I-M-P, simping for the Biden-Harris campaign and presidency. To the point where, oh my gosh, this is real. This is real. Joe Biden ended his appearance on the Breakfast Club saying, and just remember, folks, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Joe Biden said that to a black audience. Oh man, the guy who is on record using the N-word and his, it's just so funny, because if Charlemagne was intellectually honest, he would hold Joe Biden accountable for his atrocious record on race relations. He said he didn't want his children growing up in a racial jungle, I believe. But that's the thing, is Charlemagne is a fraud. He is a propagandist. And there might be a subtitle of this video, Elite Capture. Something I couldn't talk at length about, but can somewhat bring into the conversation. And I'm hoping next week I'm going to be having a conversation with Steven from the BG Cast. He's another content creator. He knows a lot more about this stuff than I do. And so I'm hoping he'll kind of expand on it more. But the basic concept of elite capture is that people who either want to rise to prominence or who have already risen to prominence need to be controlled. They need, the ruling class, the social engineers need to make sure that their narrative doesn't get too on point or too honest or too real. I had mentioned in my video, I believe yesterday, where I was even saying I'm skeptical of Joe Rogan at this point. He has been captured. And so Charlemagne the God, at some point in his career, has been captured. He is no longer an honest individual. He has to be a propagandist. Just recently, there was a whole nother thing where he was defending Tim Walz, who has a really questionable record, talking about gun control and how these weapons of war, and just the way he was talking about it, it was almost like he was reading off a script and he wasn't being passionate. He was just saying what he was supposed to say because he is a propagandist. These people, it's intentional that they reach the level that they reach and they get the platforms that they get because they're willing to recite the party line. That's a leftist or communist reference to sort of what the party wants you to say. And he's saying it. He's saying that we shouldn't have AR-15s and other basic rifles to defend ourselves from a clearly tyrannical government. That's because he is on the side of the tyrants, thus by proxy making him a tyrant. A fraudulent tyrant, but a tyrant nonetheless. He is not a virtuous man. He is not an honest man. He is not a good man. Now, I'm not saying he should be he should just be ignored. That's the best way we can deal with these people, is we need to just begin to ignore them. I guess I'm making a video about it, so I'm not. But I'm trying to, I guess, raise the awareness to this greater idea that propagandists have infiltrated a large portion of the mainstream media. And he is an easy example. He's okay. I'm gonna, I think, wrap up the video there. Elite capture. Let's end it on this thought that you can't trust anybody in the mainstream media anymore, which is highly unfortunate. Highly unfortunate. But that is the sad state of our reality. But that's why discernment is really, really important. Anyways, I'm gonna end it there. Thank you very much. Much love.